Welcome back to VTFC Shorts. These quick concept lessons act as companion pieces to our full Von Tolstat Fight Club episodes. Here, we cover techniques in just a few minutes that you can use to improve your fencing right now. Today's topic, the Dagger Disengage. When you perform a full cavazione, or disengage as we commonly call it in modern day fencing, you are changing from one high line either inside or outside to another high line by dipping the tip of your blade under your opponent's blade and then bringing it back up on the other side. Notice how I disengage from the high inside line to the high outside line by ducking the tip under my opponent's weapon in a V shape or a U shape. We also have a half disengage where we do not fully come up on the other side of the blade. Many times we use this to strike in a low line as we step offline to hit our opponent. Some people say that it should be a very sharp V shape, and some people say that it should be a tight U. But in reality, the shape of the disengage doesn't matter all that much. The important thing is that you clear whatever you were trying to get around without doing too wide a motion. We will do a full episode on disengages coming up in the future to discuss the finer aspects of the cavazione. Most fighters understand the concept of how to cavazione, but many of those same fighters focus only on disengaging sword to sword. An equally effective technique of changing lines is to disengage the opponent's dagger. Let's look at this scenario. I come into measure and give my opponent a threat near his dagger to his inside line. As he goes to collect my sword with his dagger, I do a tight disengage under his dagger hand and thrust him on the outside of it as I roll my hand to seconda. I hit him behind his dagger. Let's see another example. John comes and makes a threat on the outside of my dagger. As I extend my dagger to collect, he disengages under in order to hit me on the inside line, proceeding with his attack. Notice how when we perform these actions, we are always making a wall with our dagger to keep our opponent's sword at bay. So what would happen if I did not sweep my dagger to collect? John would just hit me on the line anyway because I did not respond to the threat. This was not a fake attack, it was a real threat the whole time, but I get hit either way because John hits me in the time of my reaction or my non-reaction. Sometimes you have to do a double disengage if they sweep back and forth. Essentially, you are getting your opponent to chase your sword and you are hitting them in the opening you are forcing them to create by doing so. Another quick concept here is something that a lot of fighters never think about. You can use your dagger to disengage your opponent's sword. This is great for confusing an opponent. They're expecting one action and then they get another. Practice and work these techniques into your own fencing repertoire. You will be surprised how effective these simple things will be in action against a non-compliant opponent. Extend your sword towards their dagger. As they go to collect, disengage it and thrust on a different line. Thanks for stopping by. We'll see you next time on Von Tolstat Fight Club.